All right, it came. Here we go. Ooh, nice. So I ordered a bundle from AliExpress, and my bundle came with this little helipad. It's actually quite good quality. I think this bag is probably waterproof. It's got a nice starter helipad in here. Green, yellow. Yeah, that should work. So that was cool. So I bought this from off of AliExpress under that deal that was going on, and I got it. Oh, and there's some little stickers, some reflective stickers. I bought it right when it was available, and there were a couple different bundles to choose from. One came with this. It's sort of like a gift or promo, and so that's the one I chose. Another, I think, came with extra propellers. All right, let's get into the Fimi now. So you've got a nice little thank you card from Fimi. It's got their QR codes on the back. It's wonderful. We can give them all sorts of positive feedback. This is what we're after, the Fimi X8 Mini. All right, so here on the front, it tells you everything about it. 250 gram class. We can talk about that battery. I think everyone knows about that. 4K HDR video, 3-axis gimbal, mechanical gimbal. The sensor and the video range, 8 kilometers, transmission range, supposedly level 5 wind resistance, whatever that means, and Type-C charging. Okay, so that's what's on the front of the box. And now let's get in here and let's see the Fimi. Here we go. I am so excited to see this. Here we are. Okay, here I can scan that later and I can download the app, and there she is, the Fimi X8 Mini. So I've already unboxed this, had a sneak peek, but here we go. This is what we all want to see. This is the little drone, the Fimi X8 Mini. And my first impressions of this are actually quite positive. The build quality seems pretty good. This is definitely light, but it doesn't feel insubstantial. It doesn't feel plasticky. It feels pretty good. I'm not sure what type of material they've used for this drone, but you can see, maybe on camera you can see it, but it's got a little bit of sort of a textured surface to it. Feels quite smooth, but looks a little bit textured. Pretty good there. Let's go ahead and fold out the propellers. So we've got, oh, I did that in the wrong order. Let's fold out the top propellers first. There we go. And the bottom propellers. That's what it looks like. Not too bad. I think that's going to be a fun little drone to fly around. Take you through some of the things here. So we've got 8 blades on these propellers. There's some extra propellers in the box, so hopefully I don't damage any of these propellers, but if I do, we've got some extras, fortunately, that came from Fimi. Up here in the front, you've got some sensors, and of course you have the camera. This is sort of the key component to all of this. This is the reason to get this drone. It's so small, so lightweight, and with such a good camera. So we've got the gimbal cover, which I just took off, hopefully without destroying anything. And here's the camera that rests on that 3-axis mechanical gimbal. It's got a little protector on the camera right now. I'll remove that before the first flight. But yeah, that looks pretty good, actually. I'm quite pleased with that. That camera looks like it'll serve well. And I am very grateful it came with a gimbal cover, because the last thing that I would want is to damage the camera when I've got this, you know, in my backpack or I'm transporting it around. I have to say it's a little bit more challenging to remove the gimbal cover than I would like, but we'll figure it out. On the back end here, we've got the battery. This one comes with the standard battery, which makes this drone a little bit over 250 grams. I think it's about 258 grams. For my purposes, it doesn't matter. Where I fly, the limit where you start to have more regulation is 500 grams. So a 250 gram drone for me is okay. 258 grams, totally fine. But there are other places I would like to fly that have registration requirements and other requirements that kick in at 250 grams. And so I am excited for when the Pro battery comes out. One of the things that I've been a little concerned about, I saw some videos that said that maybe the Pro battery won't fit in this drone. Maybe it's a completely different drone. Then I've seen other videos saying, no, that's actually not true. And there's some misinformation there. Fimi has confirmed that the standard battery and the Pro battery will fit in the drone. And we're going to take a look. So here's the Pro battery, or sorry, the standard battery, excuse me. As you can see, it's rounded in shape. The Pro battery is a little bit more square or hexagonal. And looking at the battery here, where you would put it in, the opening is rounded on these edges, but does look like it's a little bit squared off up in the top corners. As I put the battery in, I can see some space, some room around the corners. So I'm optimistic that the Pro battery will fit. It would be great if the Pro battery would fit, and honestly a little more than disappointing if it didn't. So we'll see what happens, but it does look like you could probably fit the Pro battery in there. The opening does have some wiggle room around it, so it looks like it has been designed to accept both battery types. You've also got here, of course, your memory card slot and a USB-C port that I assume is for charging. Then there's a very small switch that looks like it may be some form of a reset switch. So that's what you've got on the back end of this drone. We'll slide the battery back in there. Again, build quality here seems quite good. There's a little light here that I assume will light up when you turn the drone on. If we flip it to the underside, you can see this is where you've got your power button. These are the sensors that help with the precision landing. We'll test all that out and see how it works. But there you go. That's the drone. That's the Fimi X8 Mini. And again, for the price, I got this on AliExpress. I paid $330 for the drone and some of the little accessories that came with it. For that price, pretty satisfied with what that is. Seems like it should be very competitive with other drones in this smaller weight class. Let's go ahead and fold in the propellers here and then take a look at what else we've got in the box. All right, so yeah, I think that'll work pretty well. All right, in the box here, we've got the instruction manuals, quick start guide. I should probably read those. And we have the controller. One of the things that I really like about the Fimi controllers, and that I've seen on their larger drone as well, is that this controller is expandable this way. So your phone doesn't rest on top, it just slides in between. It sort of becomes part of the control system. So I really like that design. I think that's going to be great. It does have these antennas that fold up like this, and it's got buttons here on the top, one for with a little picture of a camera basically to take photos, I assume, and a red one for recording. You've got your little wheel here for some of your setting adjustments. We've got a power button, and we've got the return to home button. Here on the underside is where you can pull out the thumbsticks. Let's screw those in. Again, I find the build quality of this controller to be quite good. It feels very solid in the hands. The thumbsticks have a little bit of rubber here around the edge, which I think is really nice, will help as you're trying to maneuver and pilot your drone. It has raised metal here at the top. To be honest, I'm not sure how much I love that. I do worry that my thumbs, maybe I'm just, got tender thumbs or something, but I worry that after time that would get kind of annoying and might hurt even a little bit. So I'll probably fly mostly by just pressing on the rubber parts of the sticks. But I do think that that's a good idea. Try and make it so that it's got some grip to it, so that you don't lose control of your drone at any moment. I understand why they did that. Another thing that I want to point out here is that it's got the charging port right here on the bottom. And yeah, that's the controller. Again, all in all, pretty pretty pleased with that. I think that should work well, and we'll see if it really has the range that it claims it does, but I think this is a pretty solid little controller for this drone. All right, let's see what else we've got in the box here. I think we're getting down to some of the less exciting stuff, but let's open the box all the way. This is our last little piece here. What do we got inside? All right, we got one bag of plastic inside of another. There we go. And you have a screwdriver. Screwdriver here for the propellers. Just a little Phillips screwdriver. If you have to replace a propeller, that's convenient. I'm not going to open this. I'm sorry that it's probably hard to see. These are 4 small replacement screws for the propellers and 4 replacement blades. So each propeller here has 2 blades, so you've got 8 blades total. They give you 4 replacement blades. That's great. If you end up damaging a blade, you can swap it out. Easy enough. And then you've got the various cables. So this is a USB-C charging cable for the battery, and probably also for the controller. And then you have, oh, actually, excuse me, the controller probably doesn't, I don't know here. Yeah, the controller needs to be charged. So you would charge with the USB-C cable, both of those. And then you've got these cables here. These are to connect your phone or tablet and put it into the controller. So these are all USB-C on one end. They plug in here on the bottom. And then on the other end, you have one that's USB-C, one that's Lightning connector for Apple types, and then a micro USB. So should work with just about anything you've got lying around that you want to fly it with. Again, I'm pretty impressed. For the price, this seems like it will do just fine. We'll see when we get it out there and fly it. I'm most concerned to see if there's any wind issues, see if there's any horizon tilt issues that are sort of notorious on Fimi drones. But you know what? I'm pretty optimistic. Build quality seems really good. Seems like it's well constructed, and I like it. I like the looks of it. I like the size. It's going to be very easy to take around. I mean, here, look at the drone in comparison to the controller, right? Like, the drone is not even as long as the controller. Probably not quite as wide either. So this is a pretty good little setup, I think. And if you're looking for something small that you can take around, also if you're looking for something that you probably won't have to register in your country, especially when the Pro battery comes out, this is probably a pretty good option for you. I bought mine off AliExpress. I'll leave a link to where I purchased mine if you're interested. I think right now they're not available. Another shipment should be coming in May. I bought mine from the official Fimi store. Again, no issues with them whatsoever. They provide a lot of communication and updates about it when it was shipped and when it was coming. And so I feel pretty confident that if you buy from one of the official stores, you can be assured that you're going to actually get the right product. I know that other people have been purchasing them off of Banggood or other sites that sell Chinese created products. I don't know if they've had any luck or not, but I haven't had any issues whatsoever. I would just be careful about buying from a reseller online, especially on a site like AliExpress. I have no idea if you can really ensure quality from some of those sellers. But there you go, the Fimi X8 Mini. I think it's everything it's advertised to be.